Alright, I've got an edited request here from Julianne, which obviously takes a little bit longer to make, but I appreciate your patience, Julianne. Thank you. This is Joey Barone with the Roulette drum solo. Is it Barone or Baron? Wow, so we got traditional grip, we got the snares turned off on the snare drum. Pretty interesting sound. Very vintage. Nice. See how wide open the hi-hat is too? It's got plenty of room so the hi-hat can be more versatile. He can do more stuff with it than if they were really close together. Dang. Double strokes are so smooth. Look how subtle those hand movements are too with the double strokes. Frame rate can't even keep up with him. Wonder what he was just adjusting there. He didn't turn the snare back on. Very interesting. Feeling it. Nice crescendo. Love the vintage sound of this drum kit. Pretty relatively tight on the toms, but they just have that really vintage Ludwig 60s drum sound, you know? Ooh, cool polyrhythms going on here. Interesting. Bringing in some groove. Kick drum so huge sounding. Look how subtle those wrist movements are. Dang. Oh, this is why I love acoustic drums right here. Hitting those rims and just barely glancing the drum head, you still get that tone of the drums, of a piece of wood perfectly circled with all the hardware, the head on it, the resonance that creates. Cool to hear how organic this sounds. You can hear that snare ring even though he's hitting the rim. Huh, Scotch tape on the cymbal? What's this about? Did he just put that there? What? Is it Scotch tape or is it some kind of mute? Or both. Kinda looks like the Scotch tape is dancing. Just like... definitely lost in his own little world of rhythm. Nice. I like how he shifted double time there just on a dime. Cool how he's hitting the cymbals with the side of the stick like that to get like a very unique cymbal effect. Kind of a bell almost. Really feeling it. Another thing you can only do with acoustic drums, I love the way he muted that head. You could hear that little decay putting his hand on there and muting it. Right there. Cool, he's like pitching up the head a little bit, pushing on it. It's dynamic. Okay, that was an interesting example of one thing that is the reason he's not one of my favorite drummers. There's a lot of moments in the solo where he's like getting into a really good flow, but then it kind of just gets thrown off a little bit. And I notice it because it's something I do all the time. When I'm playing drum solos, I'll be playing something cool and I'll be like, wow, this sounds really cool. And then I'll get in my head and then I'll mess it up and get like thrown off. And he's not clunky about it. He recovers really well and turns it into something cool. It's like a happy little accident, like Bob Ross would say. But I do like drum solos more when they have a solid flow to them where you don't notice anything like that, you know? But that's just my personal preference. He's obviously like, he's got his eyes closed. He's really in the zone. And he's just feeling it. So it's just his style. And what I said is just my personal preference. Like right there, it just kind of felt jarring a little bit. I think another thing is I'm so used to music being more concise, and this is a pretty long solo. I mean, it had a lot of dynamic to it, a lot of different parts, so it was pretty interesting all the way throughout, but there were parts where it was like, this is getting a little long. But it was cool to watch another drummer just in their element, really feeling it, and getting cool sounds out of these drums. I don't think I've ever seen people like hit the cymbal like that on the edge to get the bell to ring out, or putting tape or whatever this is on the cymbal. I'm really curious about that. Very interesting. Well, thank you so much, Julianne, for this request. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like your own edited requests like Julianne, you can always visit my website. Just a heads up, I just put out my new album on January 1st. So that's chilling on my main channel page. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.